Is There Enough Left? Written and illustrated by Neal. Our standard for today is 4.NBT.4. Fluently subtract multi-digit whole numbers using the standard algorithm. Our I can statements are as follows. I can confidently subtract multi-digit whole numbers using the standard method. I can solve subtraction problems with large numbers quickly and correctly. I can check my work to make sure I subtracted multi-digit numbers accurately. I can explain how to use the standard algorithm to subtract big numbers. I can practice subtraction with multi-digit numbers until I get it right every time. Hey, I need a huge favor. Your wish is my command. I have a friend who needs to borrow $2,547 from my value to add to his value in order to be eligible to get a car. The problem is that I don't know how to figure out what I would have left. Could you help me with this? So you need help with a subtraction problem. How do you know that this is a subtraction problem? Well, if you have something and you take something away from it, that is called subtracting. Also, I heard a key word, left. This is also a clue that I may be subtracting. I also remember Mr. Owl talking about this. So do I, but I didn't really grasp it in class. Well, let me be a good friend and help you out. So you are valued at 10,256. You need to give up or weigh 2,457 to your friend. In order to do this, we have to line these numbers up according to their place value. Of course, we will start subtracting in the ones place. Now let's think of this as money. If you have $6, could you give away 7 to someone else? Of course not. You're right. For that reason, we will have to go to the tens place and regroup or borrow a 10. That will leave 4 tens in the tens place. The 10 that we borrowed will be added to the 6 ones that we already have. This will bring us to 16 ones in the ones place. Now, if you have $16, you can take away 7. That'll leave 9 in the ones place. Now we have 4 tens, and we're supposed to take away 5. Can we do this? Of course not. I guess we will have to regroup or borrow again. You are absolutely right. We will have to borrow 100. When we take away 100 from the 200s that are there and give it to the tens place, we will be left with 100. That makes it 14 tens. Think about the place value blocks. If we take 100 place value block, we know that it is equal to 10 tens. So 10 tens and that 4 tens that was already there makes 14 tens. And 14 tens minus 5 tens will leave 9 tens. I like the way you use the place value blocks to make this make sense. Well, I do what I can. Now we are left with 100, but need to take away 400s. I know you know by now that we need to regroup or borrow, but there is a problem. Can we borrow 1,000 from the thousands place? Well, there aren't any thousands there. Right. This is because there is a 0 in the thousands place. we're going to have to skip the thousands and go get a 10,000s. We will borrow a 10,000 and add it to the thousands, leaving 10,000s. 10,000 is 10 thousands blocks. So we can make the 0 a 10 in the thousands place. Now we have enough to borrow from the thousands place to give to our hundreds place. We can borrow 1,000, which will leave 9,000s. The 1,000 that we borrowed will go to the hundreds place. We know that a thousands block is made up of 10 hundreds. So those 10 hundreds added to the hundreds place will make us have 11 hundreds minus 4 hundreds, which will leave us with 7 hundreds. Moving on to the thousands place. We have 9,000s minus 2,000s, which will leave us with 7,000s. This is not as hard as I thought. This was actually pretty simple, especially when we think about our place value blocks. Yes, those are called manipulatives, and they can really help us understand certain concepts. I'm glad I was able to help you. Now, when I give my friend the money that he needs, I will still have a value of 7,799. That's enough to get the bike I wanted. I'm glad about that. See you in class soon. The end.